What's going on, traders? How we doing out there? You made it to the one and only live trading with Benzinga. We're going to do some live trading, maybe a little YOLO action. I got some swing trades on. I got my boys in the back. Just wait till I bring them on, and welcome to live trading.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Choi.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
Good morning, traders. Yes, let's go ahead. Let's get the trading day started. I'm going to go ahead and bring on my guys. You guys might know these, but hey, let's go. If you guys might have heard about this guy on Friday, he was killing it. He's going to continue killing it this week. I only know him as one name. His name is Yolo Zunaid.
What they want, Hulk smash. What they need, Hulk smash. I will never lose, I'm a beast. Hulk smash. If you want it, Hulk smash. Come and get it.
What's going on, my man? Welcome to the team. Let's go ahead. Let's bring on the one and only. You might get a little scared with this guy, but be careful. He plays some games with you. A little Squid Game Brian action there. You guys see him coming on there. Can't blame him. Hey.
I love it.
You guys are awesome.
All right.
Absolutely awesome.
And last but not least, of course, Spencer the Rock Bottom. Just bring it, baby. Spencer in the house. What's going on, my man?
Wow, I can't unsee that.
Why would you want to unsee it?
I'm never gonna.
Awesome.
I'm never gonna unsee that ever.
Hey, that's what it's all about, guys. Smash the like if you guys enjoyed that. And we're just getting started here on live trading. I'm gonna be bringing this every day, bringing some value back to you guys. Entertainment, trading. We're just gonna have some fun here on Benzinga. Definitely smash the like if you guys enjoyed that. Let's keep it going. What's going on, boys? You ready for the week?
Yo, what's up, guys? We're hyped right now, right? We got J Powell. We got J Powell in for term 2. You get inflation, Ryan. Zunaid, you get inflation. Mitch, you get inflation. We all get inflation.
We're all going to be given the rock bottom here in a sec. If Spencer has his way, that was incredible. What an awesome intro.
I love it. Oh man, we got fireworks this morning. Market's moving.
There's only one way. All right, let's take a look at the overall market right now. We are seeing the market move on up. I've talked about this big level on the daily that we were going sideways to 470. Now we just held it on this pullback. You see how it held the pullback on the body there? That's actually a good sign there. Now we're looking strong here. If we can hold 470s out the gates, I'm going to be looking for some trades on the upside. What are you guys looking at out there? Let's go ahead and share our screens.
I'm currently buying an extension of TradingView, so give me like a minute.
Hey, no worries.
All right, I will start, and I'll bring up my screen here right now. First thing I always do, let's get rid of that. Wait, let's zoom out here on this one. What's going on here? There we go. Okay, so any kind of macro headline, you always want to look at you start with the banks, right? I always like whenever whether it's a Fed thing or like economic data, any macro headline, my eyes always go to the banks first and foremost because they're always going to react to this stuff. So the banks are reacting to this news right now. JP Morgan trading higher, all of them, right? Bank of America trading higher, Morgan Stanley, every single bank stock spiked on the headline of Jerome Powell getting nominated for the second term. That's just kind of the way things work.
Spencer, are you saying that the market priced in Brainerd and is now readjusting?
That's one way of looking at it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that.
That's what the reason I asked you that is because that's what it feels like to me, right?
Yeah.
With all the things that you just said were moving, it feels like Brainerd was priced in, but now we're kind of making the adjustment now that it's official.
Yeah. I my general point to make though was it wasn't so much specific to this headline as it was to any and all economic macro policy headlines. My the first thing I do is I look at the banks, and actually I look at J.P. Morgan because that's the largest bank, and often the most liquid in the pre-market. So that's just where my eyes go right away. Yeah. So if you're looking for volatility, you're looking for trades, banks is where I go first and foremost. And they are, yeah, Ryan. I think what you just said makes a lot of sense, right? I got to say, I did think. And I just said this before in pre-market prep is whatever the initial move was off this headline, either way, you fade it. I mean, we've had 10 minutes now to digest this news, so it's still early. But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting day now. I think what you said is probably there's probably a lot of truth to that, right? The market thought, maybe it's a 50-50 chance. I don't know, but regardless, we're going to get more of the same now. And either way, the market just likes certainty. It likes knowing things.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And so this is one less question mark out the window, or one more question mark out the window. So, yeah, pretty interesting day so far.
Yeah, and it is really interesting. Jay Rice is asking, "Hey Ryan, what are you drinking? Grape jelly?" No, that's actually my breakfast every morning. That is a smoothie, 4-fruit smoothie with flaxseed and almond butter. But I digress. Anyway, the other thing about this week, this is going to be an interesting week. This is obviously a holiday shortened week with the Thanksgiving holiday coming later on Thursday here. And I've been doing this for like 7 years now, and I can tell you that this week often gets crazy, especially in small and micro cap land. You will often have a lot of different stocks make crazy outsized moves. EV has kind of been the theme that has really moved recently. It'll be interesting to see if that continues. I want to keep my eyes out for any type of big play. I'm really going to be watching the scanner. In fact, I'm going to be prioritizing the scanner as soon as the market opens for new day trade plays. This is a big week, though. I'm really excited.
All right.
I like it. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen now. Apple has just been on a tear. I mean, this stock just for the past couple of days, ever since it was able to kind of break above the 155 level and we got that news about a possible car and all that stuff. I mean, it's just been on fire. So I'm waiting to see what happens with Apple here. I'm hoping that it kind of comes back and maybe retest 161 or 160, and then we can kind of get in. But so far, pre-market highs is almost there, so I don't necessarily really see a play because it's cleared all-time highs already. Maybe above 162 if flow comes in, but I'll be honest, I don't have a proper read on this one. Let's go ahead and check out PayPal. This one's under 200, so looking for it to kind of test 200, and if it does, possibly go back short just for a reject, but then eventually once it's over 200, look for it to come back and we can take it long. PayPal's just been struggling ever since Affirm went ahead and had a deal with Amazon. So you can just see it's just bloop, 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 fading away. What else do we have here? Let's take a look at Uber. Uber, I wanted over 45. We had some calls that came in maybe last week. They were buying, I think it was a February 45 calls in like the millions of dollars worth. So I'll be keeping an eye on Uber. And then last but not least, let me check out NVIDIA. I feel like this one ends up going towards 350s. Now, I have no clue if that'll end up being this week or today, but I want to go ahead and try to grab some calls on this one. And as always, I'll pay attention to whatever the flow comes in. And lastly, I want to take a look at Tesla because that was something that we played. If this one can try to get back over, or excuse me, if this one can try to test 1150, then I'll go ahead and try to grab some. But for now, it's up and away, and I don't want to play it just here. You can see pre-market lows. So here's something you can do. If folks want to try to grab this one, you can see where pre-market lows are. It's right around 1160.50. So you can go ahead and set an alert or a buy limit, a limit order to just buy a little bit. Just go ahead and buy a little bit. That way, if it does bounce like it has here, at least you're in the position. Someone calling out Lucid, so I'll go and check that. Lucid, nice move over $50 on Friday. Possible retest, I'll be in. If it breaks out over 54.50, I'll go ahead and grab some calls.
Awesome. Just doing some things.
Yeah, sorry, I'm setting up my scanner here as well.
Okay, that's okay.
All
You're
right,
good.
what's going on out there, team? Let's go ahead. Let's get ready for the market. One that, man, I wasn't able to get this one on live trading, but AUR, Zunaid, remember we were watching AUR?
Yeah.
I ended up. It's kind of annoying. I had an interview with SLGG when I was actually I could have caught this big rip that when we ripped up there to 1780s. But I'm looking for this one to see if it catches the bid today and down by 13. This one really ripped out, had 3 major pushes, and then now pulled back all the way down, looking like it's trying to hold back down towards this low here as 1320. We'll see if this one can come back roaring. This was AUR, and it definitely had some strength when it pushed. So let's see if I can catch that one again. And we'll see if this one keeps moving. Just to kind of look around, what are we gonna look at? I'm looking at some solar names today. Some of the ones that I'm watching. Why? Because if you look at this daily index, you can see how it's been trying to get through this high, pulled back and held really well on this kind of swing from Thursday to Friday. We're going to look for an extension out today from some of these solar names. Some of these names are going to be like VVPR, FSLR. We'll be looking for Beam to kind of get above that 30. EMPH has been one of the leaders, so look for this one to continue showing you green. It could show green in the sector overall. Sol can bounce off that support. SPWR, I like it also. And a couple other ones you can look at. Run, at Sun W, JKS. This one looks good too. If it pulls back even to 60, it looks like it wants to extend up there towards 70. Maxen. Nice little reversal there from this. It already filled this gap. Now trying to come back on up. Could have a strong day today. SPI, we have already traded this one with the team. I'm going to be looking for this one to get back above 6 and get hot. We'll see if that one can make a move. And iSun above 780s. We need to get into this 8 zone, and we'll see it try to make a lift. We'll see what happens in some solar names. Other than this area, what I'm watching is for some specialty retail. Why? Because we've had this extension. I've been looking at this since really the October period, and look how we've had this move. This was all about the supply chains and then people worrying about things. But really what we saw is people jump into retail really quickly. The question is, do we come below this today, or do we push back up through that 1700 on this index? Some of the names you guys can watch in here, there's a lot, really. I mean, let's look at it by capitalization. Amazon's been doing really well, so of course pushing the index up there. Baba and JD, not really some that I would be paying attention to. You got eBay that could make another push on up there towards the 80s. I don't know why eBay's moving, but maybe people are just buying stuff on there. One that I've been missing out on that I've been calling out for like weeks is Wayfair. I know that you guys have heard me talk about Wayfair before. I made it on this move and I sold into this push, but I should have been buying back here in the 242 area. I would have been able to get this ride on up there. Now to 280s. I think this one goes to 300, guys. So we still have some room to get on up there. So keep your eyes on Wayfair. Nice downward trend that just pushed through. It could pull back a little bit here, maybe to 270s, but look for that push through 280s, and it can get hot. That's Wayfair. OSTK is another one I'm looking for the push towards 120s. I've been calling this push out since the 80s. Looking for the push towards 120. Can OSTK continue making that move and continue pushing? We'll see if it makes that lift today. And definitely keep your eyes on these specialty retails because I do think it can make a move. One that I gave earlier that I should have been paying attention to was Best Buy. Spencer, I gave it right on that circle right here. And look how this thing's been just riding up the whole time since like kind of October. Best Buy, really nice trade there. You guys could have been attacking that, expecting kind of the move into Black Friday. Now I kind of expect this to be a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing.
Yeah, me too.
I was going to say as well, I'm also watching a lot of these same names you are, Mitch, on the retail side.
Mm-hmm.
You had Macy's, you had Kohl's give back a good chunk of gains on Friday. Mm-hmm. Definitely watching retail. Not all retailers have given back gains, right? You can look at Dollar Tree, right? It's still at all-time highs.
Right?
Yeah, but like a lot of these department stores, Nordstrom too, gave back a good chunk of gains. So I'm definitely watching retail today. A lot of names were in favor. but I could see it being a tough week there. What I will add, though, is we are poised now to open this morning at all-time highs in the S&P and in the NASDAQ. So it's freaking full steam ahead here.
Oh, it's going to be fun today. Definitely some movement out there. Charts being mentioned in the chat. I'm seeing Lucid, AMDs, ASTR, PROG. Of course, let's keep all these on watch. PROG finally went through my alert later in the day on Friday through that 5 spot. Needs to go through 5 spot again here. I would want to see an extension all the way to 550 on that break to 5. Why? Because I want to see that it really has that momentum, not just ticks above 5, ticks back down below 495s. Because you can get caught there. I'm going to be watching it, but it needs to have a good extension for us to see that continued movement. Someone's talking about DK&G popping. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, nice little pop there. Nothing major, but about 45-cent pop. Has probably a lot to do with this guy that bought 14,000 shares right now. So just watch it. See if it gets up there through 37 today, and if we can get some reversal in kind of the gambling sector overall. One that I'm watching, guys, is Genie. You guys know I hold this one long term. I was adding into the down move. This one has been a falling knife ever since Kathy bought it. I got Kathy'd in this trade, but definitely I'm waiting for her to scoop up some shares so that she can push it back on up there for me. She's been buying on the down move here. I'm watching her average down, and I might just average down with her. So we'll see what happens with Genie. I'll do the Kathy style trade on that one.
All right. We are going to do a crypto update in a second here. I noticed, interestingly enough, I just noticed it now. I didn't see it at the time, but bit of a crypto pop. I'm not sure what happened at 8:30 this morning, but we had a really random just green candle. This is Bitcoin. Purple one is Ethereum. Bitcoin just randomly popped this morning at 8:30, or in the 8:30 candle. I'm not really quite sure why.
Was that along with the news of the Fed chair?
Well, it could have. That was
at the same time.
The news that the announcement was coming came at like 8:20, but the news of the announcement itself came at 9. Or right before 9.
Interesting.
So it wasn't that, but that was my first thought too, Ryan. I thought, oh, I wonder how Bitcoin reacted to this, but it doesn't seem to have reacted at all. That being said, it's trading. We're sort of trading higher for the session here in Bitcoin, and in ETH is basically flat. Right, we're down $21. So who cares about that? But yeah, I'm not sure what that green candle was here this morning. Anyway, I just wanted to look at that because I wanted to see how they reacted. And then I'll pull up my heat map here, which goes back a little bit further and is much more encompassing, just to get a sense for how the crypto markets are doing this morning. Where's my heat map? There it is. So, I mean, we're mixed, broadly speaking, right? Don't see anything. I mean, I guess Avalanche would be your big loser of the day, down 8% this morning, but not a whole lot of takeaways here from me. Wasn't that your big loser last week? It seemed like it was. I don't know. Bitcoin is up a smidgen for the session, but this heat map goes back to a different time frame. But either way, up a smidge, down a smidge, whatever. Not a lot of dark colors either way, so just kind of flat here. But I am interested to see, because I'm watching the futures and I'm watching Bitcoin give back a lot of the gains from that pop at 8:30. So I'm always interested to see how the cryptos react to like economic news, because we're still learning about how Bitcoin works as a trading instrument and as a hedge, and how it reacts to market headlines. And so every event that we get is a learning experience for all of us. But so far, we're seeing Bitcoin move the other way. Stocks are probably moving higher, and Bitcoin is moving down in the last 15 minutes. So very interesting this morning. I don't know. As a reminder, you can get some free Bitcoin yourself. All you have to do is download the Voyager app, make your first trade. Well, fund your account first. Make your first trade, and it'll give you some free BTC. There it is. Check it out. All right. It's 9:26. We got 4 minutes until the open. Stocks broadly higher. Everything higher except Bitcoin and gold. Sorry,
right.
gold. But
With the Bitcoin trade, I'm actually going to flip my positioning here, guys. I'm going to be actually looking to see if Mara and Hut can start bouncing here. I know Hut was mentioned by MT. Definitely look out for these guys. You guys know I called these shorts last week, but that's as a trader, you need to be able to flip from short to long and know when to trade short, know when to trade long. For me, this is already starting to flip on the positive side. If you see Hut trying to break through that 1370 mark, that's going to be the level to watch today. See if we get above that 1370 into the 14s. Mara, we'll see if we can get into the 57s and start pushing towards 62. That would be kind of that target on the upside for a nice push out on Mara. And you could also keep your eyes out, of course, on Riot and BTBT. We'll see if these kind of get moving today. But this would also be off of kind of a reversal of the sympathy that came out in Mara last week, where Bitcoin was also getting hit on the downside. I think that helped when you saw these hits on Hut and Mara. There you go, Hex. I'll mention Hive for you. Yeah, you can keep that one on watch too. All right, another one I'm keeping on watch, of course, is LAZR. This one's been bouncing for me. I'm still in this one, guys. 1925s is my entry here. You guys can see how we've come through these levels multiple times. We're going to look for us to push through here through 20s and 21s. From this point on, we won't let it come back towards our entry. We're looking to get one more add here too. It's already popping here in the pre-market, so I'm going to let it pull back a little bit. Look to see a pullback down towards 1940s or 1950s with a good push above 20 out the gates. That's LAZR.
all right, we got 2 minutes, not even a minute and a half till the open here. So when that happens, I'll switch it over to my scanner, Benzinga Pro. We will watch.
Boom.
We will watch.
I'm ready.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Too late for ISPC. 34V, right, is what is asking in the chat. I just saw this headline. I had to look it up in the Pro because I didn't know what it was. But it looks like they had some data this morning, and this is an eye specimen. They had they were selected by the government to supply critical human biospecimens for advanced phases of COVID-19 research. Well, I'm not quite sure what all of that means, but I do know that the chart looks like this.
Yeah. Plus 150, plus 126% right now. I think that this might be a trader for the day, but I'm not sure that I trust this to all of a sudden go to 30 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick trade right here through 12. Just be careful because the down move is below 10. So you're talking about a point, maybe 75 cents upside for the breakout, almost $1.50 on the downside. These are those trades that I just really don't like the risk to return because the upside move, you don't know where it's going. The downside move, you can clearly see on the chart. But if it clearly goes to that downside of that candle, that 15-minute candle, you're talking a low of 960, and you're trading right now at 1133s.
Yeah,
so just understand the risk there.
This is definitely not my bag. So take whatever I say with a grain of salt. But
all right, I want to get us ready here for the open. You guys smash that like, support us. Let's get to the open.
Are you not entertained?
It's time. Let's do this.
I'm ready. I'm entertained.
Hey,
Let's go, Mitch.
That was epic. I'm not even sure if we're allowed to use that, but we just did.
Anyway. Don't worry. I took monetization off.
Here's my scanner in Benzinga Pro. You got gainers from the open and losers from the open on your left-hand side. You got 5-minute movers on your right-hand side, as always. And let's take a look, see what's going on here. What do we got? We got SEV, your big IPO from the other week, right? SEV. Yeah.
ISPC coming in a little here. Trying to hold 11. I think if you break down to 11, you probably print 9s, just FYI.
Let's look for some trends here. I don't know. Everything kind of pretty much open higher, except for utilities, real estate, and
all right, I got 2 stocks coming on my alert here right out the gate. FSLR. FSLR pushing. I'm going to try to see hold 113s on the push. And GFS. We'll see if we can get back above 67.
Okay, so it's 9:30. which means that I am going to hop off and prepare for our next show, which on Mondays we do futures trading with Jim Cagnita from Ninja Trader. So I'm going to hop and prepare for that, but I'll be watching. Y'all make some money. Good luck out there.
All right, guys. Like always, guys, let's keep going. Let's get into the open. If you guys see something up, let me know, especially if it's moving fast here. We'll definitely take a look at it. I got my stocks up here. Looking like I got another one here, CSIQ. Let me take a look here. IQ. Yeah, Canadian solar stock getting strong right here out the gates. CISQ up there from an open here of 41.22 up there, already up there to 42.13, up already $1. We'll see if this one can pull back here, get to the VWAP, and we'll take a push here. Solar up a good percentage right out the gates.
One to watch here is AEVA, ticker AEVA, strong out of the gate here, a little bit
Nice.
of a bid. I noticed
Autonomous play.
Say again?
Autonomous play.
Yeah, I was going to say they were connected with Apple. Apple's pushing up here out the gate. This stock looks interesting. No position here, but I am kind of watching this one. Mitch, would love to hear your thoughts on this one as well.
Taking a swing trade. How's that one for you? And I have no day trade, so that should tell you enough.
Okay. You're taking this right now, or you already have it? Did I miss this on Friday?
Trying to get it right now. Let's see if I can get it. I like the name. I like the look. I like it right now. I think it could pull back to 9, but even if it pulls back to $9.15 or $9, I'm still okay with it here. I'm trying to get a little piece here and then look to see if I can add to it. This would be a swing trade, guys.
Bless you.
Oh,
Tried to get it at 9.25 there. Let me see if I get a fill here.
Oh, man. Taking a look at Facebook, you can go ahead and grab some 355 calls. I'm grabbing them. I got it at 475 for the weeklies. It is obviously going to be a riskier trade as always. My stop loss will be below 350s. Matter of fact, if it gets to 350.50, I will go ahead and grab a couple more. But that's the trade that I'm in for Facebook.
Trying to get a fill. Still haven't gotten a fill on AEVA. Now it's up there to 931s. Tried to get 925s, but didn't get the fill there. I'm going to look for a pullback here. Get the fill.
Come on. Apple coming back to VWAP. Not bad for an entry if you want. Stop loss could be right below. Let me see. Matter of fact, Apple, why don't we set an alert in case you decide to come back to this area and we can grab some. Facebook just kind of hanging out. Let me see what any other trades that are going on.
All right, I like this one, guys. Also, that AEVA, I'm trying to get in, but I also like NVTS, guys, semiconductor play. Look at this one.
TR pushing.
Nice little move on NVTS. Oof. I do like this trade here. Look, this is a relatively new IPO semiconductor, but it just went through the 1760. That's why I would look for some pullbacks here. But it does look good, like it wants to get through 18 today. Look at this 5-minute candle. They're just pushed there. Good-looking trade there, NVTS.
Apple looking at break high day.
Mitch, where was that setting where you changed the application to real time again? You gave that to us once.
Yeah, you got to go in your task manager into processes, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. And
then you should be able to select your program. Hold on. I'll go through it with you.
Yeah, sorry. And I know
You're
we're
good.
in the middle of trading, but I'm just kind of getting back on task from the crash this weekend.
Got you, man.
ASTR was a great trade through 13. I missed that one.
All right, it's going to be in your details tab. So you go task managers, details tab, find the program, right click, and then you want to set priority to real time. This tells your processing that you're taking data in that program in real time, and so the computer pulls all the memory towards that and sets it as a high priority.
Yeah, and I mean that's really important. That's really important because you're taking in real time data off that feed. So
This NVTS trade looks really nice, guys. If I had a day trade, I'd take this one right now, but I don't have one on there, so I don't want to swing trade this because it's a little bit too risky. But as a day trade, I really do like this one. Now up there towards 18. Had 4 days of pullback. Semiconductor, you know how we've been seeing kind of AMD and NVIDIA being strong there. Nice little push here, about a 7% push. We'll look for a pullback to 1750s and a continued move.
Looks like PROG pushed through 5 here.
I'm so annoyed about that AEVA. I just didn't get the fill, man. It just kept going. It went right through my 925s. I put out 925s, but it just went right through that, up there towards 963. I'm going to look for a pullback now here to see if we get it, but looks like some autonomous usually has been strong lately. The reason I got so excited quickly because, remember, AUR rocketed on Friday, right? This was another one. Another one that could eventually rocket too is Ouster. Eventually, I'll look for that one. LIDR is another one that you're looking to see these pop. And these are just all on all my plays just because going into next year, this is what I want to pay attention to.
I mean, Mitch, this is the reality. We did miss this one a little bit, but we were there early. We were on that right out of the open. We had that identified, and we're hitting them. And Apple, and like James is saying right now, Apple keeps going. That's going to be your guide there.
Yeah, I went ahead and typed it in the chat, but because I want to interrupt you guys, but I went ahead and grabbed some Apple calls, 165 for the weeklies. My fill was about 107 and 111. Hoping for a break here of 163. If we get back below VWAP, I will go ahead and probably get out of majority of these, and the rest I'll go ahead and hold as a YOLO. But that is the position that I'm in. So I've got Facebook and Apple. Apple's barely green. Facebook is down. Facebook is touching VWAP. If Facebook comes back and possibly tests 350.50, I'll go ahead and grab another one.
LVS popping. So is Win. LVS really moving. What's going on here? I don't see any news on this.
I'll look for
it. And I noticed it because Win is shooting up too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Dead on there, man. Let me see the resorts and casinos. Yeah, it looks like you're getting a good day out of resorts and casinos. Yep. Overall, pretty much all of them are up. MGM, LVS, MLCO. Look for that one to push maybe here into that 1150. That was an interesting one. Had a good push in the pre-market and then just sank right out the open. Hit the 200-day, bounced right up.
Really quick on Apple, you're up about 15% or so on those contracts. Take it if you'd like. You are breaking high of day here. I'm hoping for a push continuing. But, again, these are contracts. These are weeklies. They can come down real easy. So if you're happy with your profit, please sell it. Facebook is now at 350.
All right, looking to add on my LAZR. If it could come back down here towards 1945s and then hold here, we'll see if it can hold there. And then
GOEV popping here now. Wow, this is it's like a couple of blasts from last week are reigniting.
Well, you got to remember also a lot of people with the Powell news, they're just on that bullish sense. They're jumping on momentum where they see it. It's going to be one of those days where you get that some quick trades out there.
Yeah, and that AEVA, huge move off the open here. All levels for day trading were hit.
You had it good, man. I messed up by going for the bid instead of the ask. I could have took 930s and we could have already made like 30-40 cents on it.
That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. So you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, and you can't get mad about no fills.
Exactly. You got to stay even.
You put the order out there. If it fills, it fills, and you trade it. If not, hey, we were a little late. That's how it happens.
PROG really going too, man. This is
Proggy
through 5. We're at 520 now.
There you go. Remember, I said I wanted to get to 550 on the push at 525s. The reason why is that it's not that much for 25 cents here. Could just be a little trap, but we'll see what happens here. All right, looking around, Alex calling out that prog. Anyone watching Hood, says Scott. I don't think anyone's watching Hood. Yeah, it's on the down move, man. I don't think anyone's watching that.
Yeah, I mean, this fundamentally could be a great buy, right? Because at these levels, I mean, it had a high of like 60, excuse me, it had a high of 85. So if you know the fundamentals of it and you like it, then this could be a great buy right here. I like it because I like the sector of gambling and the future of it, but I'm sorry, not Rob. I'm looking at DKNGs here. I'm completely out of it. My bad. I'm looking at this Apple chart and talking about Robinhood. Well, I think it's DraftKings. Regardless, DraftKings. I'll go ahead and talk about that later. But Robinhood is kind of getting to those lows already, isn't it? I think it's almost at the.
It's beyond that, man.
Is it?
It's a horrible chart, bro.
Real quick, Facebook, you're
be
about
honest.
Facebook, you're up about 25% now. I'm gonna look for about 160, 375-ish on this one. Facebook is struggling a little bit, so not happy with that, but at least Apple's making up for it on the other side.
Prog, bit of a pull here. Kind of watching this. Don't really see anything else of note. AEVA and ASTR seem to be the big movers so far.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Hood chart, and it's just ugly. I don't even know what to tell you, my pal.
Yeah, that's just gotta call it how you see it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a chart I would want to be a part of right now. There's other charts out there that you can find to make moves. One that I like is VSCO, Victoria's Secret, going into the 60s. We'll see if that one can continue pushing today. How did the OSTK start off? Nice little red to green. That's a nice little move. I could see that one ripping through today. Looks like it has a nice resistance at 110. If it gets the lift here, let's see if it gets that next move on up. That's overstock. It's a little frustrating today not having some day trades, but that's how it happens, guys. Really what happened was on Friday, I should never close that AUR trade, but that's how it goes. Sometimes I got to set some stops when I got to do interviews.
What was you closed it because you had an interview, you hit a stop?
Yeah, it is. I don't like walking away from positions that are big, and then I got to go and then I got to go study and like do something. So I usually put a stop, and if I show you literally where I got stopped out, I so got attacked, right? Literally the low tick of the last 2 hours, that was me.
I hate that, man. That's happened to me so more times than I can count, and it's so frustrating. The big thing for me is that when that happens, it makes me question my process. And if nothing was actually wrong with my process, if it was just my execution, like if I was late, like an AVEA today, like if I had hit that and missed it and then I would have thought about, how can I do that better? It happens, man. It happens. You just got to move on. Got to move on. Find the next one.
Strong one of the day today. NIO. I'm gonna work for you guys out there today. So you guys out there, if you guys have stocks, you guys want to be called out, you guys seeing things, making moves, call me out. I'm ready to find those stocks and talk about them for us. NIO making a nice move on up. XPEV. I always look for these to follow, guys, and you can trade these hand in hand. Look how LI, NIO, XPEV. And what I like to do is I like to diversify in all three, and you make your own little Chinese ETF on the EV side. And man, you could have been killing it today, straight killing it right out the gates. XPEV, NIO, LI, all up in a nice looking pattern. You got to be able to knock that out sometimes.
James saying, Ryan, I tell myself maybe I'm just an idiot all the time. You and me both, my man. You and me both, my man. I question myself all the damn time. Got to keep it honest, though.
Hey, there's only one way. All right, so let's go back to that auto manufacturing. You're also seeing Tesla up almost 5%, really pushing, helping that push. PTRA is another one to keep on watch here, guys. You're talking about a bus play, and it had a lot of talk in the infrastructure of how they want to get those EV buses. Look at this PTRA. Maybe could get up there towards 13 today. Keep it on watch.
Apple went ahead and had a nice move. Just couldn't get towards the 164 like I wanted. About 15 cents away from my target. Now it's coming down a bit.
Charge point I've been calling charge point to go for 30. Will it get to it today? Pushing on up there. Found the support there at 25s. Now it's looking like it wants to get through the 29. I think it gets to 30. We'll see what happens with charge point. Of course, you can also take a look at EVgo to see if this one can find a bottom today. I would be looking to see if it can find some support down here by 1340s and then eventually push back up there towards 18. This is EVgo. How's that Ava trading now?
Almost to 10, for 9.95 on the high.
Oh, it would have been a nice one to hold. This is one of the ones that I wanted to swing trade. And there's not many times you guys will hear me. If I don't have a day trade, I'll take a swing trade. This was one of those stocks. Why? Because I already had the daily all drawn out here, Ryan. I literally was looking for this play to make a move.
Yep.
So I seen these 3 bottoming actions on the daily. I always look for that 4th fake out move. So after you got that 3 downwards action, look how you get this candle right here to start making it look like it was just going to break down and come down here on the downside. But what does it do? It reverses right there. Whenever I see that reversal after those 3 attempts to break down, I'm looking for a strong green candle. That's what you got right here.
Yep.
Nice bullish engulfing candle giving you that signal. Hey, let's look for the 2-day move above resistance. This is your resistance, 901. That's what you're looking for, that push, and get to the next level.
Yep.
And so when
Mitch, we're doing it.
you know what's important too is that I already had the trade drawn out. And what did that give me? That gave me the ability to say immediately when you called it out, Ryan. What did I say? Oh, I want to buy it.
Yep, you knew immediately. You didn't even think. You just kind of reacted to it because you already had a plan, which is
important. It's important sometimes, especially with these that you're looking for them eventually to get that momentum. Have a trade plan already drawn out.
Yeah, for sure.
And if it's following it like literally to a key, then you don't have to worry about it. You can react versus try to make like huge analyzation at that moment.
10 up now on it. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would have liked to have gotten that fill, but hey, let it go, keep it going. We'll moving on. And what matters is really that you guys see how we attack these, and so that you guys can maybe find the next one and let us know the move.
Exactly. And that's why I want to answer Bill Hill. Bill's asking Bill, when would you sell AEVA? So for me, I was looking at this for a day trade. So if we had bought that 930 break that Mitch was talking about, we'd be out already here. 70 cents on a day trade that quickly. I'm out. I'm going to take those profits and look to redeploy them. Now, Mitch had a swing trade plan on, so you're going to have to ask him for what his targets were, but they're likely going to be completely different than mine and a different sizing and a different strategy for actually closing this.
Yeah, so I would be using kind of patterns, right? I go off of the patterns, right? And so to me, this is a 2-pattern weekly trade. So this had a pattern here, and then it had a pattern in this era. And so this was the bullish pattern. This was the bearish pattern. Now you're trying to get somewhere in the middle. The stock's trying to get somewhere in the middle. Doesn't guarantee it's going to go up here, and it doesn't guarantee it's going to go down here, but it's trying to get somewhere in the middle because you had a bullish pattern and a bearish pattern. The bearish pattern had a kind of trend line that you can see. This is down 1, up 1, down 2, up 2, down 3, up 3. And what do we look for? We want to see it hold and push through there. That's why you're seeing that kind of reversal type candle there. So that's kind of and now it's trying to test to get out of that pattern. So it's testing out of that pattern right here. And you can see how that trend line draws right to that $9, which was also so important on the daily. This is why you got to use multi-time frames to try to help yourself out, find the move. See how the move matched the daily and weekly. And I'm pretty sure if I look at the monthly, it's not going to look, it's going to look good too. Here, look, monthly reversal candle. So this is why we use multi-time frames, guys. Sorry, it looks a little confusing there when you start going through the time frames, but really, that's what it's all about, guys. You got to know what kind of time frames this is trading in. This is now breaking out in a daily pattern, breaking out in a weekly pattern, and showing a reversal on the monthly. So what does that do? That gets a lot of traders on one side.
I was going to say you're marrying data points together to show a nice bullish case on that. And while we were talking about that, GGPI is spiking, pulling right off the 1420 level, printing about 1480s now. So something going on here as well.
This is the one to watch, guys. This one has a lot of retail behind it, a lot of retail. And one of the things that happened is the last time this spiked, what did it do? It went sideways, filled the gap here, and now coming back on up. This is what you've been seeing these often, where you get these gap spikes. It comes down, fills the gap, and then starts spiking up again. 15 is the price point to watch today. If it hits 15, it could really start gassing.
Everything's pretty much fine here. Now, Apple approaching about maybe 13 cents away from 164. You're up about 35%. I'm going to close some right here at about $1.47.
And BBIG,
but the rest I'm going to hold.
Sorry, Zunaid.
You're fine. No, you're good.
Missed my buy for Lumineer. Was trying to look at some stocks here. Missed that pullback to 1950s. I talked about it pre-market. This is when I get a little upset because I've been waiting to add there at that 1950 and I miss it. Now I get a little upset because one of the things that you want to do is you want to stick to your plan. Once you start deviating from the plan, it's hard to not just buy into here. So I'm just going to wait here and I just got to like kind of hold it out. I missed that buy spot. I said if we came back down towards that 945 that I would buy, and that was right here on this candle. Literally.
CEI trying to take down 147. Huge seller at 147. Might pop if it takes it down. I have no position here, but I would be inclined to scalp it if we take 147 out. Again, huge refresh seller there. Big seller here at 146. Maybe they're
I still remember when Zunaid called this one out.
The CEI one? You know me, baby. Hey, I pumped that baby from 50 cents to $4. What you know about that?
What I know is that you were looking at it to get through that 4. What happened, baby?
That's exactly why you try to day trade it and not swing trade it. Hey.
I love you too, Zunaid.
Apple, man, it needs to break that 164.
Apple.
I have 163.91.
So James is already long CEI plus 36%. Caught it off the bottom. Nice job. I actually tried to get 147 when they broke it. Too late on my fill. So my order's canceled. Here we are at 148. We didn't get a pop. Let's see if they walk this up.
Apple's just a rocket, man.
Yeah, it sure is.
This is why Apple's a story of when a stock doesn't want to break down a major level and then eventually clears it. This is why it's good to buy on those breakouts.
LGVN pop and halt 943. So we got a volatility halt here on LVGN. Halt to the upside, it looks like. Big pop here. Now remember, this thing went to almost 15 on Friday.
That was a 8% move in like probably less than a couple seconds.
Yeah.
So there you guys have it. LGVN looking to be a rocket today. We'll see what happens in this one. With that being said,
Scanner. Thank you, Benzinga Scanner.
That's what it's all about. With that being said, let's take a look at some other names, see if they start rocketing. VJO is one I'm looking at to see if all of a sudden it starts rocketing here. We'll see if that one can make a move. AUR also made a rocket move. There was a SPAC, so keep your eye on this one. See if maybe some sympathy comes into this right now. We'll see what happens in this one. This is AUR. This would be a nice little VWAP play right here too. So you got the 1440s underneath you to risk, and I would look for a move through 15. So you're talking about a 10 to 15 cent risk for maybe 50 cent gain. Don't see that too often. I kind of like that trade.
Apple finally broke to 164. Now it's kind of pushing up. If it gets to 164.40s, I will go ahead and sell another chunk of my contracts.
All right, guys, starting to think about taking the AMC train again. Look at this chart, though. It looks so pretty, Ryan. Everything technically points to the upside. I'm going to tell you guys that now.
Nothing about AMC is pretty. You say AMC, and I immediately think of my shoes sticking to the floor of the theater. It's so gross. There's no way I would buy this.
Come on, you didn't play that game? I mean, what is it?
Look,
two-time in the
right
arcade
there,
where you press the button when you hide, and then you click the button and you shoot up. You know you play the arcades.
Time Crisis? Is that what you're talking about?
Time Crisis. My man knows it. My man knows the time.
Busting out the nostalgia on me. Oh my God, Mitch, you're putting me on the spot here. Time Crisis was fun, but AMC sucks rocks, says Tom, my man out there. I love it.
Went ahead and sold another chunk of Apple here, 164.50s. Just got a little bit left.
Berlin, my man out there, he's in and out of AMC 10 times so far.
Why
Berlin,
not?
gotta say, man,
I
you are
made some
putting on
money
an
too.
Yeah,
Let's-
Berlin, you're putting on an absolute clinic, man. Keep it up. That is
It looks
absolutely
it
awesome.
looks prime time. Look at this daily chart. It doesn't look prime time to you? I don't know, man. Maybe a Thanksgiving turkey parade in AMC. We'll see what happens.
At airport new highs. This is
Take that AMC money and buy the time crisis cap. What do you think about QS? Says Joe Danger. I like having a portion of all these plays for long term, but QS, it's kind of like making this pullback. This is kind of a fib pullback. Let's take a look here at the retracement. All right, so it's holding really well here. That 50% retracement. So I would look for that to keep holding. So you're talking about down here by like the 33.50s. If that can keep holding, QS is still looking bullish to me. And I think it's just in a sideways trend right here. And so you had kind of this first wave, second wave, and then third wave in. It pushed on up and then now starting to pull back. You got an A, B, C. Now you just need to hold this on the bottom, this 33.20s, and you could come right back and target those 43s. We'll see what happens on QS. I do like this name, though. I'm still waiting for Microvast to one day get strong because eventually this one's going to get strong too because it has a lot of retail. But what we're going to do is we're going to set an alert here at 10, and one day I will tell you guys, oh, Microvast is moving, guys. And what will it do? I'll just be looking to see if it's passing through that 10, and maybe we grab it.
Yeah, CEI or Hex Pony, great shout out. CEI 150 now, so they did started to walk that up. As soon as they took, it's been strong all morning, but looks like it bounced off of what? Bounced off of 137, but they walked it up on that 147 break. So we'll keep an eye on CEI. No position. How's Neo doing? How's Neo doing? Pull up Neo real quick, Mitch.
Neo's probably doing great, man. Let's take a look. We're looking at him earlier. Yeah, it's starting to pull back here towards the VWAP now. It made a nice little push there. VWAP bounce play right off that pretty much 41 here. The VWAP was 40.94. Low was 40.90. And then it went right back on up there towards 41.61. So you could have got a nice 60-cent gain there for probably you risk down towards this low 84. You're thinking about a 20 to 30 cent risk there. Not a bad trade there. NIL moving on up. Let's see if it catches bounce there with XPEV and LI. We'll look for them all to hold that VWAP. I would keep all three on watch if you're trading these. GME crazy. Hey, if GME is going crazy, and watch for that AMC. I'm telling you. Ooh, that is a good sign. It's a good sign right there. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be upset when AMC gets to 100 because I've traded it multiple times. I was supposed to buy it there at 40 on that pullback, didn't get it. Still need to maybe take eventually a swing trade again on AMC.
Since we're being so profitable on Apple, I'm going to take a couple of straight up degenerate YOLOs on the 170s for this week. Made about 61 cents. Who knows if this thing's going to move another freaking $5-6, but Apple trade's been really, really freaking well this morning for us, taking that all the way from 162.50s, 163s, all the way to 164.80s now. The 165s, I am going to sell all but 2 contracts that I'm going to take as a YOLO to break even, but 98%, if you will, of my position on Apple 165s for the week, I am out. And the 170s I grabbed as a YOLO at 61 cents. 65% trade. Hope you guys followed it. Hope you made money. Now, the other trade I'm not doing too pretty in, which is Facebook, which is struggling here, but it's still clinging on and not getting broken by the 350. So still in it, but that's the only laggard. But Apple paying much, much better. So those are the updates on the 2 trades.
BCTX has a big seller at 1072 if it can get there. BCTX, not in it. Just kind of looking for new issues here to trade.
All right, I got some bad news, guys.
Uh-oh. It's about the likes, isn't it?
Nope. Even worse.
Good.
We got to get going, man. We got to get going. That's it. That's all we got today. That's all we got for you guys today.
Right.
It's
we
time
got,
for
futures.
futures trading.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to take you guys over now to futures trading. If not, Spencer Israel will be blowing up my chat with some profanity. So let's keep going. Let's get this over. Let me not miss you out on Spencer's futures talk. I mean, if you guys have never traded futures or have always wanted to have an ability to have that 24-hour kind of market, take a look at the futures game. That's what we're going to be bringing you to. Definitely check it out, guys. We'll be back tomorrow with live trading. We're going to keep going until I think about 11 tomorrow. So stick around, guys. Definitely smash the like button. Hit the comments after. Say, we need live trading every day till 11.
Yep.
Then maybe we'll make it happen, guys.
Hey, don't forget,
Like always,
email Jason. Email Jason.
Jason at Benzinga. These guys, Zunaid, the Hulk smash, Ryan off the Squid Games, and Money Mitch here. Going to bring you guys the Gladiator into the profits, guys. Let's keep going. Smash that like. We'll see you next time on Money Mitch here. Next time on live trading.
Money
And,
Mitch, huh?
Hey, well, you
See ya.
You know
Hey,
it,
we all
baby.
have our own. We all have our own part. Without us, it doesn't leave your end, mate.
Never.